Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. I wanted to start off by apologizing for not having any videos last week. As you might be able to hear from my voice, I am currently getting over a nasty cold. And of course, last week we had the release of Uncharted 4, which is one of my most anticipated games for many years now. So I decided to spend most of last week glued to a cup of tea and experiencing Nathan Drake's final adventure. Now before we get into the Week 6 Challenge of the Elders recap, I did want to give a huge thank you to everyone who was watching this video and has liked, commented, or subscribed. As you can see, we are approaching 5,000 subscribers and it absolutely blows my mind. Your continued overwhelmingly positive feedback for my content is what drives me day to day to continue to make these videos. Now with that 5,000 subscriber mark well in sight, I thought it might be fun to have my first ever Q&A video. We spent so much time talking about Destiny on this channel, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to learn more about me, Future Foe. I already have a few questions I'd love to answer for you guys, but I wanted to put it out there for anyone who might want to ask me a question, Destiny related or otherwise. So go ahead and leave any questions you have for me in the comments below. I'll gather up my favorites and make it into my 5K video. But anyways, this week we are back in the world of Destiny with Week 6 of the Challenge of the Elders. For this week's modifiers, we are back to the Precision Kill bonus, and we have some other modifiers including Fresh Troops and Juggler. This week we start with the Wretched Knight. He's the one who summons all of those taken bombs around the perimeter of the map. After that is Kexus the Betrayed. For him, you can enjoy getting really close to him as he doesn't have an area of effect attack. You simply have to step inside the bomb that he summons in order to defuse it, otherwise your whole team will get suppressed. And finally we have the Overmind Minotaur, who will occasionally cast a suppression field around you, so stay out of his line of sight when you hear him charge up the attack. Luckily this week there aren't any considerations for your subclass, so go ahead and use whichever one you want. The only real recommendations I have is Defender for the Titan and Night Stalker for the Hunter for crowd control, but I have a pretty good feeling you hunters were going to use Night Stalker anyways. And speaking of Night Stalker, the star of the show this week for me was the Ace of Spades hand cannon. I find it to be very accurate and it's very easy to get a one-hit precision kill, which feeds perfectly into its exotic perk Maverick. Precision kills move 1 round from your ammo reserves into the magazine. I wouldn't necessarily say that this weapon has a bad reload speed, but this perk is nice to have either way. For Warlocks, I recommend Tlaloc, and for Titans, I recommend any hand cannon or scout rifle that is comparable. If you want to take some of those new, old Year 1 weapons for a test drive, I recommend the Devil You Know or the Satyrian Rapier. Overall, this week's challenge is pretty easy, and you should be able to hit 90,000 points in 2 runs as long as you squeeze in enough assists. Now at this point, it's safe to say that we can fully understand everything that we can expect with the Challenge of the Elders week to week. It seems like we've gone through all 4 of the point bonuses and will continue to rotate through these as the weeks go on. And on top of that, we've seen all but a couple of the bosses. So exactly how replayable is the Challenge of the Elders now that we know this information? Well, if we're being honest with ourselves, not very much. I'm just happy that we have E3 coming up in about a month from now, hopefully giving us a lot more things to look forward to. And I personally hope that we see the return of the Sparrow Racing League a little bit later in the summer to bridge that gap. But anyways, thank you for watching, drop a like if you can, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I'll see you all next time.